This show contains adult content. Howdy folks, I'm Caleb Sunstead, your host and game marshal. Sounds Like Crows is brought to you with the amazing support of our patrons, including Ariel Weiss, Jared, Greg Gray, Suzanne Hagen, and a new patron, Aaron Blackston. Thanks, Aaron, and thanks to everybody else that supports us. We have had access and have been able to do a lot of things we wouldn't have normally that I think have made the show a better show, so thank you so much. We appreciate you. All music on the show has either been licensed from Voidcore Productions, written and performed by Rudy Zuniga or Levi Rojas, and Savage Worlds of the Deadlands Reloaded system are owned by the Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Finally, there will not be an episode next Monday on account of the holiday, where we will be spending our time with friends and family, or in my case, editing side content. And with all of that out of the way, welcome back to the Weird West. We open on Grace. She's looking out the window of this small cantina in the town of Rancho Perito. Her attention is drawn back to the group with a smashing sound as she looks back to see Ellis with his hand holding this soldier's head like a basketball, and he smashed it into the table. She watches in horror, her face turning to terror as he pulls this woman out of her chair, only gripping her head with one hand, bringing it back down, her body following it like a rag doll as he impales it in to the splinters of wood that this table now resembles. Many of the other soldiers locked in fear, and the rest of the brothers make quick work of them until Abel tackles one of the remaining two directly in front of Grace. Her eyes dash from that to Harper, whose arm whirls as he holds up this bartender, pushing him up against the glass behind the bar, spilling bottles over the counter. She looks outside to make sure no one is coming, and then looks back to Harper.
Well, that didn't go as planned.
Jesus Christ.
Sometimes it's gotta be that way.
She rips off a piece of clothing off the man Abel has tackled and shoves it in his throat.
Yeah, good thinking.
Let's get him in that back room. Thaddeus, you grab his feet. I got his hands.
Hold on. Harper, don't you break one of those glasses, all right? Bring that with you.
Harper puts the bottle in his pocket that he was holding and then reaches back and grabs a shot glass and just maintains eye contact with this guy. And then as he sees everybody else moving off, I think he just throws this dude bodily over the bar and then kind of like hops over it to kind of get back on top of him.
Ellis kind of just straightens out his tie, goes back to the bar, picks up the gold eagle that he had left there at the beginning of the fight, and just kind of joins his brothers.
Before heading over to his other brothers, Lucky goes to pour himself a shot, but he double checks the label first.
Lucky, is this fucking normal to you?
Lucky gulps down the shot. They were slave traders, right?
Fuck off. Help me get the lights. And she
Yeah.
starts putting out some of the oil lamps.
Harper definitely notices that, but kind of chooses to ignore it. He just grabs this dude by the back of the shirt and starts dragging him into the back room.
Hey, Lucky, if you're still out there, go ahead and pick up all them winnings.
Lucky's gonna go grab those winnings after pocketing like some of them.
In the back room, Abel and Thaddeus have secured this soldier to a chair, feet tied down to a few of the to the front legs, and then his hands tied behind him to the back of the chair. With the shotgun up against his temple, Abel pulls the cloth out of his mouth. Now you be quiet, you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
You make a peep I don't want to hear. I'm going to knock them teeth out with this, and then I'm going to shove my fist.
I get it. I get it.
Well, good, you're smart then.
Why the fuck didn't you guys just say the information we wanted to know?
We take these women. They're paid. They're volunteers. We fly them out. That's all I know.
Wait a minute. You what? You fly them out?
Airship's getting here tomorrow morning. Yes, sir.
Airship?
What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Harper has this bartender face down. I think he's got one of his arms up behind him and he's just kind of holding him there. And then he glances over as he says airship. Damn, y'all got airships?
Yeah, we don't got one of those, do we?
What do I need to do to make it out of this alive?
You need to tell us where they're taking those folks.
I don't know. There's one navigator per ship. There's one coming in tomorrow.
What about you? Do you know? And Harper kind of twists this dude's arm.
Oh, no, I don't. It's west. That's all I know. They keep it that way because of exactly this.
Damn.
But I'll tell you anything you want to know. Anything I know.
Does anybody here at this camp have that information? And if so, where the hell are they?
No, we sailed in here and we're waiting to load up on the airship.
Everybody here on this island is going to be up on that airship.
Yeah, we got a few more volunteers in one of the barracks too.
Which barracks?
A. It's the large one.
Abel's leaning against the wall now, looking around at the brothers, pointedly ignoring Grace.
Is Grace back there with her, or is she still out in the...
I don't think Grace is in here. I think Grace is looking out the front windows, rifle in hand, after she's killed the lights.
Yeah, and I think Lucky's just alongside her.
How do they keep track of you guys here?
What do you mean?
Would it be conspicuous if we, say, donned some of these uniforms and got on that airship? Would they know it was some imposters?
Can you speak Spanish?
No.
I could sneak you into the hold, or the lieutenant. He's got a whole barracks. He's got a whole office just to himself. He's got his own quarters. I could sneak you in there
Could you really?
for sure.
Boys, we also have to think about getting back.
Well, we just gotta know where it is, right? I mean, we can get back, take our time.
Yeah. Old Boots said his compass don't work out here, though. I'm not too sure he's going to be able to follow us wherever the airship takes us.
Yeah, probably not.
Unless he does it visually, but they'll have eyes on him.
Not to mention if that thing goes inland.
We don't go inland. It's over the maze.
How fast is this airship?
Twice as fast as any boat we've got. Depending on the winds.
How many people can you sneak on?
He looks around. I could sneak you on.
Well, you're mighty accommodating. You stay here. Yeah, Abel starts stuffing his mouth full of the piece of shirt again.
Hey, wait.
Yeah, I got some more questions for him.
Hey, you said you got a lieutenant that has his own quarters?
Harper pulls the cloth back out of his mouth. Yeah.
What's their name?
There is a sinking sensation in your heart as he says, Teniente Ramon Corona. And to you recognize that name. Called back on the boat by Mondrian, a man that you've only met one time before seeing him on Mondrian's boat, Agent Mayhew.
Shit. Corona?
Yeah.
When did he make it up here?
When? Tomorrow. They're doing tomorrow, depending on the winds.
Shit. Well, I thought he died.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Well then, what can you tell me about Mondragon?
The Colonel?
That's right. I know the two of them work together.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, well, so, is he around these parts? He leave that guy in control, or?
He's in the compound.
God damn it.
I knew it was gonna be an issue. All right.
So you're telling me he was part of this whole thing this whole time?
We should have killed him when we had the fucking chance.
I tried.
It's true. We will not forget that. Well, shit. But you can get us into his compartment?
Yeah, he's liable to come into the officers' quarters we have here in town.
He's gonna come off the airship into town?
Yeah, we have to load up Ghost Rock, we have to load up troops, we have to load up supplies. We have to load up the volunteers.
And he knows where y'all are going.
He's the navigator.
How many men are in the barracks right now?
30.
Should we talk this
You
out?
got any Gatling guns here?
Definitely.
Abel looks over at Harper and then Ellis.
Where are they?
They're in the stables.
Harper kind of nods.
Where's the bartender right now?
He's on the ground. Harper has him pinned to the ground.
Have I said enough? I won't say anything. I won't say anything.
Well, what's the plan here, guys? Are we getting on this airship?
Well, look, if he's right about that lieutenant, I might have a way that we can at least track him. We don't necessarily have to be on the airship to get out there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
I like this.
Yeah,
That's a
this
good
is sounding
idea.
a lot better.
Whoa.
we'll be a little slower, but I'm pretty sure. Didn't work so great with Mondragon, but this man I'm familiar with.
How sure?
Just, play little cards.
Fuck.
This is our only shot, that is. You fucked us up and...
Oh, do they come back here regularly?
Every time we get a new batch of volunteers.
We don't gotta... How often does that happen, though?
Once a month, maybe.
Fuck. Yeah, we got one shot.
Fine.
Either way,
Thaddeus,
Abel?
how easy would it be for you to track one of us?
Well, I reckon
Easier than this, Corona?
I'm probably just by a hair, I imagine. Y'all are blood, but I've ran in with him before.
You're thinking about getting yourself taken captive, aren't you, Abel?
Hell no. I was going to suggest Lucky. He leans back to look out the door frame to where Lucky's standing out of earshot.
Yeah, but he hates you the most. Plus, Lucky kind of took one for the team last time.
We cut briefly to the door where Lucky and Grace have sort of moved some of the bodies, or at least Grace has, and snuffed out the lights. What the fuck is going on? Is this how you operate now?
I mean, I thought you were a bounty hunter. Shit like this kind of happens sometimes.
Shit like this? Murdering people in cold blood?
Cold blood is a little generous. These guys are slave traders. They were about to...
They're soldiers.
Well, tomato, they're doing their shit.
I don't think so at all.
I mean, yeah, we do this occasionally.
Jesus. She looks back towards Harper. I don't know about the tracking thing. I don't know about that, but please, I just want to make it out of this alive. There's definitely Gatling guns. Listen, I don't have any loyalty to them, you know. If I'll show you where they are, I'll fucking help you shoot them.
Fine. There's two ways I see it, boys. And you shut your mouth. Leans his shotgun on the guy's shoulder, pointed at his neck. We grab those Gatling guns. We hose down every son of a bitch in this town. And then we hijack that ship when it comes in. Or we do Thaddeus's plan.
I mean, listen, ain't none of us know how to fly an airship.
That's why he said hijack. We're going to make them fly it for us to wherever they're going at gunpoint.
I think that's a riskier plan. I think our better option is to get a hold of this Corona and one way or another get the information out of him. I mean, we could just interrogate him.
He doesn't know. He just said.
He said he's the navigator. He's the only one who knows.
Yeah, he definitely knows how to get there.
And he's here right now?
No, he's coming in tomorrow.
So
Yeah,
back to the
but-
Gatling plan.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's going to be out and about tomorrow. 30 plus. Who knows whoever's on this.
We might. He looks to the shotgun. We might be able to get him by himself.
Oh, yeah?
He says he's going to the officers' quarters. Maybe we sneak in there. Maybe we take out command and just wait.
He could be lying. I'm not trying to push you in any direction. All
Nope.
three of these options sound fucking great.
Then there's the fourth option, too. Getting somebody captured intentionally so Thaddeus can track them.
Yeah.
Well, he said it ain't going to be that much easier, right?
Well, Caleb, would Mindrider be able to have benefits if I knew the person more?
Getting a brother captured sounds pretty dope. Yeah, I would say you could get a +2.
And you got a blue Benny. We're fine.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Do we want to get Lucky involved in this conversation?
Yeah.
Like, we could just pull him in. Hey, Lucky, we got to have a little family meeting.
Listen, I'll be back. I mean, if you want to come, you're free to.
Fuck off.
Okay.
That was perfect. That was perfect.
So good.
Okay.
Lucky kind of pokes his head through the doorway. Yeah, what's up?
Got a couple ideas here, Lucky.
All right.
Now,
Shoot.
do you want to A, hijack an airship at gunpoint, B, massacre an entire group of people here, kill everybody in camp,
That's kind of the same plan, by the way.
C, get one of us captured so Thaddeus can track him across the damn maze, or D, try to...
Sneak on.
I guess we have 5 plans. D, try to sneak on the airship so that Thaddeus can track us. Or E, try to capture and interrogate a lieutenant and boat our way out there.
Oh, he said we could sneak everybody on.
Or F, and get the whole lot of us snuck on this airship.
Wait, there's an airship?
Perfect.
So fucking good.
Oh, God. We're so fucked. I mean, I really like that Gatling gun plan.
Of course you do.
Yeah, the
That's
Gatling
the
gun
able
plan sounds dope. We could steal the Gatling guns, put them on Old Boots' boat, and then shoot down the airship when it gets there.
Oh, my God.
If
Yeah,
we're
how do
actually
we get up there,
discussing
though?
this, we're not. No way are we doing the Gatling gun situation. That's such a stupid Abel plan. That's ridiculous.
No, hear me out.
Yeah, what do you got,
Everybody's
Abel?
sleeping right now. If we just set up the Gatling guns, one at each barracks entrance, and set the buildings on fire, we would shoot everybody as they ran out.
Holy fuck.
No,
That's
I'm
so
gonna
good.
veto
Okay,
that
listen,
hard.
There's
I'm-
multiple entrances.
I'm going crazy, okay? I'm about to poison this dude, but that feels like a genocide.
There's no way I would be like, Grace. Okay, so hear me out.
Sometimes we do this.
Chill.
And that was a little crazy. Get ready for the heavy shit now, all right?
I do want to say that I'm pretty happy I was justified to shoot Mondrag on.
Yeah, we can
Yeah, there's an airship.
That's the line, Veronica.
Yeah, that's what explains why nobody knew how they were getting out there.
What
Yeah.
the fuck is an airship?
It's a ship like in the sea, right? But it's in the air instead.
Yeah, it just floats.
You guys have seen this?
Well, no, but
I ain't never seen one, but I heard about it.
when he
So
says
you're
airship,
trusting this little fuck? And he points over to the dude with his shotgun to his head.
He starts crying.
He seems pretty trustworthy to me. You wouldn't lie to me, would you, Roger?
No, I wouldn't. Roger would never lie.
He's our
That's
friend,
what
Lucky.
I thought.
Hey, barkeep, they got a fucking airship, right?
Yeah.
See?
I guess that's good enough.
It makes sense, doesn't it? No docks here.
It does.
I don't know what the fucking airship is. I mean, it sounds like fiction.
Lucky says as aviators hang off his shirt.
Yeah.
mad science is what it is.
After everything we've seen, I do not have any problem believing that there's an airship.
It does not surprise me that Mondragon has an airship, given the shit that we saw in the hold of that last thing we were on.
So what's the plan? What are we going to do, boys?
I'd rather take the boat, boys.
Yeah.
We get on that airship, there ain't no telling whether we're not going to be able to get back. And we're definitely not getting those girls out of there.
So how are we going to track them?
Well, shit. How big's this airship?
Big enough
Hell
to carry
if I know.
30 men and however many volunteers they bring along with them.
I mean, that'd be a
It's the
pretty
size of a boat.
chunky amount of the girls over there, right?
Yeah, but I mean, do you really want to try to get somebody to fly us over there? We can't fly it.
Yeah, we
Hear,
can't fly
hear
back.
me out.
Well, how do you
Hear
know?
me out.
Maybe we could fly it.
Ellis.
Yeah.
Or Jack, excuse me. He looks at the bartender and Roger.
And my wife already knows that's all I cared about. Just call me Ellis.
Ellis, you don't need to breathe. So, I say we put Ellis in a little cask or something, and we just smuggle that onto the ship. Worst case, you jump out, you're not going to hurt yourself when you hit the water. You'll be easy for Thaddeus to track.
I could do
Just
that.
seal you up in a little barrel or something.
Gonna take you guys a few days to get there, though. They're gonna find me for sure.
How the hell does this tracking thing even work?
This is cards.
No offense to your brother, Ellis, but I'm not inclined to put myself in the life of... He looks up and down Thaddeus. Him.
Ah, ways out. Sorry. No cask.
Wait, just like that?
Yeah. He's out.
Well, are you in?
Not with the cask plan, but,
So-
whatever else
So
you
Way
got.
speaks for you now.
Hey, he voted, I voted.
He don't get a vote, Ellis.
He rides in the boy's damn head. Of course he gets a vote.
Hey, he fucking saved each and one of you guys from that prison. Cut him some fucking slack. I mean, if he's not on board for this plan, let's be honest, it's not gonna go well.
No, but I mean, if you get found out, he gets what he wants, right?
What?
You tear up a whole ship full of soldiers and you've got yourself dinner for days.
Or we get shot in the head.
Let's just get a hold of this damn lieutenant.
Fine.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that too.
Then how do we get to their camp, Harper?
He's gonna
We just
tell
gonna
us.
walk onto the airship with as his guests of honor?
No, we're going to take that information out at knife point, and we're going to sail our asses all the way over there.
So he's going for the hijacking plan. So we got
Me?
one.
No.
Yeah.
By boat. Old Boots' boat. He's going to tell us where it is, and we're going to sail there.
So we have to kill everybody.
No, we just have to kill the
No,
lieutenant.
We just got to convince him to keep quiet.
Leave them here without a navigator. Where they gonna go? It'll be all right.
Yeah, I guess they don't have any ships, huh?
Yeah, they can't chase us. That's right.
Did you guys say Mondragon is here?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
here. He's on the...
He's wherever we're going.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
So we just kidnap this lieutenant, take him to Old Boots' boat, get the hell out of here, and he'll tell us where to go.
I like that plan.
That does seem pretty clean.
Although
I
I-
like that
I-
plan too. There's just gonna be a shitload of Navy boys around.
Yeah.
Well, we're not killing them all, Abel. I mean, come
Well,
on.
no,
we've-
there's gonna be too many. It's impractical.
Yeah, whatever. Sure. Although I would like to see an airship.
Yeah, we'll see it. Don't worry.
Yeah, but I want to see it from the inside.
But we will.
Maybe on the way back. Who knows? Maybe we'll get to take one anyway, Lucky.
You think
Hey.
they got multiple ones over there?
Well, they gotta have pilots, right?
Yeah, aren't we taking the pilot?
No, we're taking the navigator.
What's the difference?
Well, the pilot could probably fly back to wherever else they come from that's not where the navigator knows to take them.
When the fuck did you learn so much about airships?
I just...
Did I miss the memo, guys? How are you guys already all so knowledgeable about this stuff?
I don't know shit about it. I just know there's
I
a
just
navigator.
assume if he's gonna be so specific as to be called a navigator, he's not the one that flies it. That's the pilot's job.
It probably works like a regular ship, right?
They had a whole thing in the epitaph about it.
They've got pilots.
They've got pilots.
See, they got pilots.
Thank you, Roger.
Well, I guess they got pilots.
Well, there you go. We reasoned it out.
Good work, guys.
Pilots know how to get back to home base, but they don't know how to get out to this camp.
Well, does this navigator have like a home base he goes to? Maybe we can just ambush him there.
Well, he's got office quarters here.
Oh,
Officers'
perfect.
quarters here.
Well, why don't we just hold out in there? Wait for him to get in there, jump him, get him on the boat.
All of us?
Shit, yeah, I guess so. I mean, some of us can wait back at the boat.
I'd prefer to wait back at the boat.
Let's just get a couple of us.
Do a little snake mission, huh?
Yeah, I mean, Ellis and, I don't know, I can sneak all right.
I didn't get to do shit, so I'm doing something.
You
All
want to come
right,
with?
well, you go with Ellis
Fine.
and y'all can take this boy.
Yeah, okay.
One more question. How are we going to get those Gatling guns on Old Boots' boat?
Cut. Actually, no. We need to answer that. I'm sorry.
Well, wait, we got better questions to ask. Like, what the hell is this? Harper reaches into his pocket and pulls out the bottle and kind of lays it down on the ground in front of the bartender's face.
Where'd you get that?
Oh, the bartender dropped it, trying to put it in our drinks.
Yeah, it was a little suspicious.
It's just what we use for the volunteers to make the trip a little bit easier.
So what's it do?
He tries to shrug from the ground. Just kind of puts you under.
Puts you to sleep?
Just makes you not really care you're awake.
So what were you going to do with this then?
I was planning on giving it to you and telling you to leave. And then tomorrow when you're a day from here and you don't know why, we'd be gone. Or at least the soldiers would.
Where would we go in the middle of the ocean?
You had to get here somehow.
You're just lucky this ain't as bad as I thought.
Ain't nothing lucky about this.
Here, give me that bottle.
Harper tosses it over.
Damn sure.
How much of this would it take to put someone to sleep?
A shot.
What would happen to someone if they drank the whole bottle?
Never tried. Can't imagine anything good.
Ellis just like pops a cork on it and just chugs it down.
Quote, Roger, end quote, looks in terror.
That's funny, I feel fine.
What the fuck?
Now, Roger, you're gonna remember this when you help us get into that quarters, aren't you?
I don't think I'm gonna remember any of this, sir.
That's the right answer.
What about you, barkeep?
Fuck you.
Oh, now that was the wrong answer.
That was the wrong answer.
Harper breaks his arm.
There's a snap and a scream that's quickly muffled by Harper's boot pushing his head into the wood floor.
Fucking Christ, Hart.
We got everything to lose on this, Lucky. He squeaks and we're all dead. So are all those women.
So you broke his arm? What the fuck's that gonna solve?
I'm gonna teach him that he needs to keep his fucking mouth shut.
Shit, just knock him out.
And what happens when he wakes up, Lucky?
We'll be long gone.
What if he wakes up in a couple hours?
Well, then you gonna shoot him?
We got two options, shoot him or take him with us.
Yeah, Harp, you gonna shoot him? See Grace at the door, holding a rifle in her left hand, loosely.
Abel steps in between Harper and Grace. Harper, just tie him up and throw him in the basement.
Surprisingly rational, Abel.
Thanks, Lucky.
I knew you had it in you.
Abel looks Thaddeus in the eye and then kicks the bartender in the ribs with that steel-toed boot.
Grace looks away and then moves back into the bar.
Harper, is there any rope around?
Yeah.
He finds a length of rope and he hog ties this dude. So he basically ties his left hand to his right foot behind him and his right hand to his left foot behind him. And then just kind of, drags him downstairs or in some hidey hole and just leaves him there.
I want to get as much booze out of here as I possibly can.
You're just gonna write the place.
Thaddeus will help Ellis get as much booze out of here as he can possibly
I don't know how.
handle.
I don't know if you want us to make some sort of roll to see how much we can get,
It'll
but
float.
I mean like liquor bottles, whatever.
You get enough booze that as long as you have access to Old Boots' boat, you will not run out for the rest of the campaign.
So we're going to have booze for like 2 days.
There you go.
While they're doing that, Abel takes a minute and unties one of Roger's arms, sits next to him, and hands him a beer.
Oh my god, I thought you were gonna kill me.
If they would have just said that from the beginning, no one would be dead right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying it now, so I hope that means something.
So you're going to help us get this navigator.
Yeah. We're gonna hide in his office?
Yeah.
Lucky picks up the half-drunken poison, quote-unquote poison. You said it only takes a shot of this to knock him out?
They just sort of become docile, follow orders.
That's good enough.
I mean, we could just set it up so maybe he thinks this is just, I don't know, a returning gift? That's something you guys do?
What do you mean?
I'll give him a shot. Hey, Captain, welcome back. Here's a shot.
You want me to do that?
Shit, I was thinking we'd just leave it on his desk. Maybe he comes back in, sees it, takes a shot.
It's worth
It's
a
easy as that.
It's worth a shot.
Wink.
We could just force feed it to him, too. That's always an option.
Yeah, I guess that is true.
Why don't you give me a shot?
Right now?
Why the fuck should we do that?
Because otherwise you're going to kill me.
Nah, we're not going to kill you.
Yeah,
No.
relax. We would have done that a long time ago.
Oh my God. You can see like the tension in his body relax.
Roger, we are not men who are easily deterred. Do you understand that?
Yes.
He reaches into his pocket, pulls out a half-smoked cigar, and lights it.
Should there be an intimidation roll somewhere in this whole fucking thing?
I don't know, man. I feel like he'd be pretty fucking intimidated.
Yeah, he already failed like a fear roll against Ellis. Like,
Yeah, that
how
is
much more
true.
intimidated can you be?
You could make some sort of roll to see how confident you are in the fact that he's not going to betray you.
I feel pretty confident. He's not
Yeah,
gonna
I
betray
don't. I'm
us.
not sure you need to make
I
the
do
roll.
too. And
I think it's going to be noticed.
I think he's going to be our
worst
friend.
case.
No, I think it might be noticed.
Yeah.
I don't know what else it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
there's-
would be, I think it would have been investigation.
Well,
So
okay, yeah, roll it.
I'm going to roll it just to be
Worst
sure.
case scenario, he betrays us and we go back to the Gatling gun plan,
Yeah.
which is now on the boats. So basically,
Yeah, that's official.
Can we have them on the boats, or do we need to come up with a plan for
Listen,
that?
if we can figure out
that
how
would
to
be a
make,
whole fucking thing.
I can turn Old Boots' boat into a fucking gunship. That would be sweet.
How would we move that through town without waking anyone up?
yeah, that does feel.
That's Roger's job.
Well, they're in the stables, which
Yeah.
is on the outskirts of the town. The Gatling guns are.
It
The
would.
Gatling guns are in the stables.
Yeah, they're storing them in there.
All it would be, I think, is just like a dramatic task. where
Yeah.
we just roll it real quick.
Okay. What kind of roll?
Are you guys done with? Are you guys done with Roger?
I got a 5 to see if he's going to fuck us over.
You don't think he's going to. He seems young, impressionable, and terrified.
Fine. Then Abel will stay behind to clean up. If you guys want to go after the guns, Abel will stay behind to keep an eye on Roger, hide the rest of the bodies, and get rid of the damaged furniture.
Cool.
Is there a way to get some food?
There's probably like some
Beans.
Yeah, there's a shitload of beans.
Yeah, there's a shitload of beans.
All right, wonderful. What's Grace doing? Is she like still fucking freaking out?
I think Grace is watching the front until Abel comes out and starts cleaning, and then she like angrily helps him, puts down her rifle, and starts to make it look presentable. Who's going after the Gatling guns?
Yeah, what's the sequence of events here? Because we want the booze, we want Gatling guns.
You can do that all at once.
We needed some way. Is there any sort of like, even like in this town, is there any sort of boat? Even just like a little rowboat or something?
Like a
Yeah,
dinghy.
there's definitely rowboats. Yeah. Here's what I think it is, Alex. I think it's a stealth roll to get past the stable hands. Maybe one of them
Oh
sleeping
shit,
inside.
I forgot we said evening to them.
Yeah. So roll that.
Yikes, if we get caught, this is going to be messy.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge fight if you fail for sure.
Well, he's not
Blowing up
failing.
two sixes.
Oh my God.
Blowing up the
Alright.
6 again.
Ghostface Ellis.
They see you and they're like, hey, do you want us to help you with these Gatling guns?
13.
I think there's one Gatling gun already loaded up in a wagon. And there is a horse that is not hitched up, but you could easily hitch it up to it nearby. And there's no stable hands in here.
Well, that's not going to do me any good.
Oh, right.
Yeah, animals don't like
Well,
harrowed.
Well, who is with you?
I think it's probably Lucky, right? Lucky or...
No fucking way, dude. I'm
Well,
trying.
Abel's busy.
I'm trying to chill out
Oh,
Grace.
shit. I mean, I'd do it. Thaddeus would go with you.
Okay, so me and Thaddeus. What did we put this booze in, huh?
Oh, man. I figure we probably took some of the coats that they were wearing and bundled them up. That way we could fit more.
Maybe some like burlap sacks. We empty them and whatever was in there. You know, he just has beans and
Yeah,
beans and beans
sacks.
in these sacks.
Yeah, yeah.
And we just kind of empty them, just fill them as much as we could with these bottles.
So we like cut to inside the stable. You put him in the wagon. Horse kind of freaks out a tiny bit, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, I try to keep my distance from it.
So then Thaddeus, do riding, and you get a +2 from the docile nature of the work beast.
Well,
I've never said the term work beast before.
I like it.
Yeah, I
felt
heard it
good.
and it felt good in my
Brand new
ears.
sentence.
oh, wait a minute. This is not the die I should be rolling.
I was excited.
He's a good writer.
Really-
That would've been cool, that'd have been cool, right?
Oh.
Okay. Well,
Did you
it
get-
was a 4.
Okay,
so
cool.
six.
That's a success. Yeah.
Yeah.
6.
So there's a tense moment where you like take the cart and horse out and you look in both directions. No one's really there. You make it around the stable. No one's there. You make it into the darkness, free and clear. You start to try to find a boat on the shore as we fade away to the inside of the cantina. Where do we fade to, guys?
I think there's a shot of Harper walking out of the back room. I think he's just kind of like dusting himself off, just kind of getting back to normal after this conflict. And he kind of walks out into the bar and kind of helps clean up or whatever else needs to be done. Boy, this one might have worked out.
Yeah, it would actually went not good. And he looks over at Grace. But productive?
Productive.
Productive.
Was this how you do things, Harper?
Ooh, look, he goes and starts opening a can of beans.
Sometimes, Grace. Sometimes you ain't got a choice.
You definitely have a choice. Chose to leave that gang, didn't you? I chose to not kill you.
Harper kind of looks down and then like looks back up and makes eye contact with her. He's got a little bit of a glare in his eyes. Yeah. But what were we supposed to do? We needed information. These folks been killing people, taking people.
You needed to break that man's arm?
If I didn't, he was going to squeal.
That's debatable, Harp.
He shoots just a death glare over at Lucky.
He kind of shrugs.
And Ellis? And she kind of like takes a few steps forward. What the fuck?
Ellis is... He's got... Grace, he's got his own demons to deal with.
I mean, you saw the mask, right?
You're both really okay with this? You're really okay with what just went down? What's the purpose of this? You're saving 2 piece of shit kids of Abel for how many lives so far?
Hey, we don't actually know if they're pieces of shit. They could be pretty good kids.
And so could they. And she sort of points to a couple of the dead bodies.
You mean the people that are trading slaves, sending these women off to...
And you spent a lot of time getting to know them, Lucky?
I mean...
When I met your brother, he was in a fucking gang, robbing coaches and taking banks.
Hey, some of us are dealt a shitty hand. I mean, it's not fair, but most of life isn't.
So just because life isn't fair means you can murder anyone you want?
Hey, we didn't come in here with the exact plan to murder. It just so happened to turn out that way.
Isn't that a fucking problem? That you can go into a situation and end up murdering people without even fucking planning for it?
Listen, Grace, if you would have seen half the things that we've seen, you would understand. If you knew what this woman has been doing to people, you'd be willing to make some sacrifices to stop that.
That seems like the justification of every fucking asshole I've ever met. You think you're the victim?
I mean... He's got a metal arm.
Who gives a shit? You knew what you signed up for when you two got into this.
I ain't playing the victim, Grace. But if I can stop this woman from massacring a room full of people every goddamn time she wants to experiment with something, then I'm gonna do that. And if she has a bunch of soldiers in my way, and they don't want to give me the information I need, and he just kind of gestures to the room. I didn't want this to happen. None of us wanted this to happen.
Sure as fuck looked like Ellis wanted it to happen.
Ellis is a special case.
I get your point. We've all done things we haven't wanted to do to get bad people. But I don't know what kind of person justifies this. How many times have you two done this? All of you done this?
Normally we don't get the choice, Grace. Normally, we have to shoot our way out of something that we didn't even put ourselves in. Normally, some type of evil finds us somewhere and tries to exert its will on us.
So do you think this is going to happen again?
I don't know what's going to happen at the camp. I'm sure we're going to show up there, and I'm sure some of these sons of bitches are going to try to stop us. What do you want us to do? What are you willing to do to save these girls, Grace? Now, I get it. All right, I get it. I'm covered in blood. Always have been. All right, I ain't happy about that. But sometimes you gotta put somebody down so you can save somebody worth saving. Keep in mind, these folks know what have been happening. Sure, they're just soldiers, they're just playing their part, but they know what they're doing, Grace. Look at me. They're taking pregnant women. I don't know what they're doing to them, but they're taking them. If that doesn't give us the right to put them down, I don't know what does.
I don't know, Harp. I mean, I'm not trying to take Grace's side on this, because if I'm going to be honest with ourselves, we probably will kill again. I mean, shit. No matter how many times we say we're not gonna, just kind of seems to follow us. But with that being said, who are you spinning this tale for? You just broke that man's arm for no goddamn reason. And I think deep down you know that was no goddamn reason besides you wanted to cause that man pain. So this whole charade of you wanting to keep this Tabitha chick under wraps, keep her from massacring all these women and taking advantage of them, I feel like that's a tale just for you. And maybe for Grace too. But deep down, I don't think you give a shit about that. I don't think you've given a shit about that for a while.
Eric walks over to the bar and he grabs one of the bottles that they left and he just starts pulling from it. Puts the bottle down and kind of sits with his arms up against the bar. Maybe you're right, Lucky. But we all got our demons, right?
No. Ellis has a demon. You're still Harp. And the old Harp would have never let this shit happen.
Thank you for listening to Sounds Like Crows. If you like the show, please tell a friend about us. It's our easiest way to gain new listeners. Thaddeus was played by Marshall Sims at Mr. Malicious One. Abel was played by Isaac Sunstead at Abel the Crow. Elijah Lee Crow was played by Alex Horrell at Alex Horrell. Luciano Lucky Crow was played by Cameron Day, who you can find on our Patreon exclusive Discord server. Harper was played by Cameron Reed at CJ Reed 211. And I'm Marshall Caleb at Marshall Caleb on Twitter. See you next Monday.